Hi there, this video is all about taking graphics, okay, that have fonts that are just kind of smashed into it that we can't figure out. We don't know what fonts they are. It's not editable. Photoshop has an amazing feature called match font. We have some success. This one here, I feel like we got pretty good. Matches that word. Same with smart here. We get this one pretty good. Maybe a slightly different weight is needed. It goes pretty good for this one. It goes horribly wrong for this one. If you do know what that font is, let me know in the comments. And it goes really well with this one, surprisingly. Somehow it knows magically what font that is. Let's go check that out now in Adobe Photoshop. All right, to get started in 08 typography, open up match font 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna work our way through easy to hard and talk about the different instances. So often I'm working through, say, a site, okay, like Behance, looking for ideas, inspiration, and I'm like, ooh, I like this font here. So I clicked on it, loaded it, brought it into here, and I know it's not editable type, so how am I gonna figure it out? Photoshop's fancy match font. So I just took a screenshot, and we've got it here in Photoshop. So for this to work, we need to grab the selection tool, okay, the rectangle marquee tool in particular, and it doesn't like it when you group lots of lines. So I'm going to deselect that. I'm going to grab the one that has the most characters on it, this one here. And then I'm going to go up to type, and I'm going to go to this one that says match font. Kick back, relax, depending on how fast your internet is. Mine, I might have to, ooh, no, fast. Didn't even have to speed it up. And what it does is it goes and checks two things. It checks your computer. So it looks for things that are already on your computer. It also goes and checks Typekit to see, hey, I might have this font on here as well. And what I'm looking for is trying to figure out which one it is. And the only trouble is the sample here can't be edited yet. That'd be a great little trick. If I could type in an assassin, I could kind of see this because I'm dealing with the A and the S. The S I can match. It's probably this one. I'll probably have to go through and download a bunch of them. So it's not on my computer because these don't match, but these are available on Typekit. And all I have to do is decide on this one here. Goes off and starts syncing. Okay, orbital bold. I'm going to see if this works. Assassin. Orbital. I totally didn't pre-do this beforehand to make it all streamlined. Oh, maybe I should have. Orbital. There it is there. It might be the wrong weight. Maybe. Let's scale it down. Yeah, it's the wrong weight, but I think it's the exact right font. So I think I picked orbital. What did I pick? Orbital bold. I'm going to have to go through to Typekit, find orbital, and download all the different weights to try and match it up. Cool, huh? Now, when this first came out and I first did my tutorials, it worked like 30% of the time. Somehow Adobe have got better at it and have got more fonts in their Typekit library. So it seems to work like, I'd say 70% of the time. Just picks the font. Let's look at a few tricks. So let's go to match font and let's say this one here. Same thing, I want to give props to the two people I appropriated fonts from. Okay, this guy's Chinese and I don't know how to pronounce his name or say it, but that's him. The other one is the Black Panther mock-up, okay. Andrea Bata, I probably ruined that one too. Anyway, I like the design, I want the font. How do I figure it out? Back in here, but we're gonna do a little trick. What I'm gonna do is grab the type tool and just type out the word smart. Smart. Okay, get it to a roughly the right size. So somewhere in there. Why? Because there's a little trick you can do. Remember the rectangle marquee tool is the thing to tell Photoshop to check there, but you don't actually have to be on the layer you're checking. It'll look through all of the layers. If you've got 100 of them, it'll just check what it sees. But if I have my layer selected here for type, we can do this trick. Best to probably just show you. Let's go to match font. It does its font magic. If you are like me with a slow internet connection, this thing keeps updating. Eventually it'll stop. Okay, so font's available. And what I'm looking for is, watch this. This is on my computer. I can click on it. You can see there, oh, so close. Okay, and it's easier, because remember sample doesn't work. So you can go just kind of click on these and just work your way through. The trouble with these ones is that you've got to download each of these. That's okay. It's easier than guessing. And oh, I might just say, it's close enough. You can see the M is very different. Comes down to the baseline on this version, doesn't for here. I might now jump into Typekit and just check railway to see if there's like different versions. Maybe there's a glyph version of the M that gets used. Maybe there's a display version, or I'll just click on all of these and just see which one might work. Oh, that guy looks like approximate. Let's do it. I should practice these things beforehand. I like the raw real world problems and things that we might get. Let's click OK. See if it does it. Proxima Nova, Nova, extra condensed. Where's Proxima Nova? Oh, what do you reckon? I think we might have done it, but maybe not the extra bold version. Let's see, we're going to have a look. Okay, there's no other than extra bold, so I'm going to have to go to Typekit now, and I bet you if I search for Proxima Nova, there will be a bunch of weights that I could use, and I bet you I would find it. I reckon it is anyway. All right, so just have your text on a type layer and just use your rectangle marquee tool to select the font. Let's look at some harder ones. Let's look at this one here. So real world photograph. For this to work, it needs to be straight. You could just double click the background, Command T to rotate, and just kind of get it close. And what we might do is use our trick that we used earlier. Remember the perspective crop? So hold down the crop tool, grab perspective crop, and this is pretty easy because it's got 4 corners that I can easily work out the edges. Click return. I think the perspective is a little bit wrong. It's a bit squished wide. Let's see how it works anyway. So marquee tool, drag box around it and say, and go to type. We're going to do it. I'd probably clean out the little dot using the spot healing brush, but I bet you it's going to work. This one I tested. Okay, type, match font. This bit here maybe needs some sharpening. We're just going to see how well it does. You can see it's given me some good examples. What I should do as well is do my little trick with the layer. But let's not double back now. Let's go forward. Okay, I'm going to do it with this one. So this one here is like, how close is this going to get? Is it even a font? Probably is. Maybe. Let's give it a test. I'm going to double click the background. I am going to use a different technique to line it up. So I'm going to use a Command R or Control R on a PC. Okay, just opens up my rulers and I can drag one. You just drag from the center of the ruler down. I'm going to drag it roughly about there. With the layer selected, Command T to rotate, or you can go to Edit, Transform, Rotate. I'm just trying to get it kind of close to the baseline. Return. Now my rectangle marquee tool. It's probably going to confuse it a little bit with all this extra stuff in the background, but let's give it a whirl. Let's go to Type. Let's go to Match Font. Sometimes it comes up with a little error up here saying no chance, or you need to refine your selection a bit better. Okay, so far it hasn't done well. Let's have a little look. No, let's cancel it and let's do what they said. I'm going to copy and paste this onto its own layer. We're doing some hacking because all I really want to know is the font, right? So what I will do is I'm going to use the eraser tool. Gasp. Get rid of anything I don't need. I'm going to use levels just to kind of see if I can get rid of some of the wood there. Really accentuate that type. Let's see how that goes. Maybe it needs a white background. Who knows? D key to reset it back to default black and white. X to bring the white to the front. And hold down Option backspace. Getting a bit crazy with the shortcuts though. Okay. All right. So with it selected, come with me. Let's do match font. We'll fast forward this along. Okay, so I fast forwarded it because it didn't get it. I got it in a previous example, so I'm just going to kind of work through it again. I'm just picking this bit because maybe these are clearer letters than this. We'll give it one more go. We'll speed it up again. I'll see you at the end and we'll see how it works. Nope. We'll try the side. All right, here we are again, not working. I really did feel like I got a better result last time, but I didn't record that. It was just a practice. What I would do now is I would go to a site called What the Font, and I would try it in there. Do I think it's better? I don't do it enough to compare them to perfectly, but know that there is another service called What the Font. Great name. I'd save this as a JPEG and try it in there. Let's go to the last one that's super hard, and hopefully this one's gonna, I feel a bit deflated after the last one. Let's select this one and let's go to Type, Match Font. I'll speed it up. Okay, now I'm feeling better about it. Okay, it is like, there's no way it should know what that font is. There's a live action light on a wall, and you can see it's come back with some, maybe not perfect. I'm gonna have to work my way through and try and work out which one it is. But I feel like it could be one of these, maybe a different weight. But you can see maybe this one here. Ah, pretty close. All right, so we end on a high with matching fonts. If you are really desperate, you might go through and remove the background and just kind of draw around it a little bit. Maybe you can use the pen tool to kind of redraw it and see how it goes. But know that that feature is there. Pretty cool. That is going to be the end though. Let's get into the next video.